Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dear friends in Dhamma, I'm very happy to come to this place second time, and I'm very happy to meet you and find space for sharing experiences in what I practice under the guidance of the great compassionate Buddha. So I would like to say that this practice based on finding happiness. We talk about suffering, but it's not to suffer, but to understand what is suffering. So whenever we know the problem, we can find a solution to overcome the problem. So we are not going to stuck in the problem. So people may think that always the Buddha talk about suffering, but it is very important to understand what is suffering. Then we will be able to find solution to overcome suffering. So the main destination is to reach the blissful state beyond suffering. Here we are not going to talk about suffering, we are going to talk about the practice. So we can apply a few techniques in our day-to-day activities to develop two factors in the life. One is concentration, the other one is wisdom. So the practice based on concentration is called concentrated meditation. The practice based on wisdom is called insight meditation. So I would like to bring a Pali chanting. That's a question a person who asked from the Buddha. It is Anto Jata Bahi Jata Jataya Jatita Paja Tantang Gotama Puchami Ko Imam Vijate Jata. I would like to chant it. That chanting would be pleasant for you. Anto Jata Bahi Jata Jataya Jatita Paja Tantang Gotama Puchami Ko Imang Vijate Jatang. There this person says, "O good Gotama, we have internal problems." We can say psychological problems, or emotional problems, or spiritual problems, internal problems, and we have external problems, family problems, social problems, professional problems, environmental problems, climatical problems. So the life is entangled with these internal and external problems. O good Gotama, I question you, who would be able to unentangle all these problems? There another one, he says that the life is just like a puzzle because of these internal and external problems. So who would be able to unentangle these problems? Then Buddha answers, Sile patitthaaya narosapanyo chittam panyancha bhavayam athapi nipako bhikkhu soimang vijate jata. I'm going to chant it. Sile patitthaaya narosapanyo Cittang panyanca bhavayang Atapi nipako bhikkhu So imam vijate jatang. It says that first we should be aware of self-discipline. Self-discipline. So their discipline is become aware of to follow what should be followed. To be aware of to avoid what should be avoided. Avoidance should be avoided. Following should be followed. This is called virtue, right conduct, self-discipline. So person should be aware of the self-discipline. Become aware not to do what should not be done and not to ignore what should be done. It is called discipline. Then develop the concentration, chitta. That we should practice concentrated meditation to make the concentration strong. That when the mind is unsettled, the problem becomes stronger and we become weaker. Then the problem dominates us. Then we are in danger. When we settle ourselves and accept the problem, face the problem, we are stronger and the problem is weaker. Then we can handle the problem with concentrated mind. That we can deal the problem still that we don't have the answer. Because answer should be designed after understanding the problem. So at once we can't understand the problem, we have to face it and live with it. Then only we find that how this problem is formed. What are the reasons that nutriments of the problem and all these things. So the concentration should be developed. Sile patitta narosapanyo chittam. Chittam means the strength of the mind. That is concentration. The mind is strong when the mind is concentrated. The mind is weak when the mind is restless. When the mind is strong with concentration, we find confidence. When the mind is restless, we find doubt. So doubtful mind disturbs us. Confidence helps us. Because of the doubt, we are afraid. When there is confidence, we have braveness. So, the concentration should be developed. And then you find that we have to understand the problem. So, understand cannot be found when there is no wisdom. Wisdom is the factor of the mind to understand. Before the Buddha was born, there were a lot of people very strong because they develop concentration. But their wisdom is low because they do not understand the reality. They believe. From generation to generation, they have a lot of beliefs. So, whenever they have a problems, instead of solving them, they believe that the God will solve. We have to accept in that way. You find that we can't solve the God. God is the person who solved this problem. In that way, lot of beliefs. So Buddha developed concentration and introduced that we can solve our problems. We don't want to wait until another one come and solve. So that is wisdom. So wisdom should be developed. Concentration, one practice. Wisdom, another practice. So, sile patitta narosapanyo, chittam, concentration. Chittam, panyancha bhavam. Panya, wisdom. Athapi. Athapi means effort. We should find effort to develop concentration and find wisdom. Then we come experiential knowledge. Nipako. Now you see that when you start train yourself to drive, then you find a lot of troubles. Steering wheel, one unit, accelerator, another unit, brake, another unit, clutch, another unit, gears, a lot of troubles. Not sure whether we can drive. But after a while that we experience, then everything comes together, integrated. Then there's only one thing, intention to go to the place where you desire. Then what happens? It is done without having any difficulty. Everything is integrated because of these experiences. So, Nipako means the wisdom that you establish through experiences. So, the person who is afraid of problems, escaping, then he never understands how to deal with the problem. No experiences. The person who faces the problem, he experiences and he feels the weight of the problem. He feels how he is strong, though the problem is high. In that way you find that. So it is your own understanding. Now, one can give the car to drive, but he can't give the experience of him to drive the car. So experiences, individually we should experience ourselves. So there you find Nipako. Now you find that there are few things to overcome problem. Discipline, concentration, contemplation, that we find wisdom through contemplation, effort and experiential knowledge. The person who has all these factors would be able to overcome the problem. This is how that the teaching of the Buddha explain how to overcome your problem. So one is how to settle the problem, the other one is how to find solution. There you find if the answer is inappropriate, then the solution creates a lot of problems. So the problem is better than the inappropriate solution. When it is wonderfully understood and designed a solution to overcome, then the solution takes place and overcome the problem. So this is how it is explained in the practice of meditation. But usually I do not use this Buddhism, I use that practice because the Buddha taught how to reach the reality, but he didn't want to identify it as a Buddhism. So now we see that Buddhist people, Catholic people, but the Buddha says that unenlightened people, to be enlightened people and enlightened people. So we are not going to categorize in other way. In this practice, now we find that we should have space to establish discipline, and we should have space to develop concentration, and we should have space to develop wisdom, we should have space to find effort, and we should have space to have experiential knowledge. See, these 5 factors can overcome every problem that we experience, internal or external. So this is how it is taught. Now I would like to attract your attention for another very good story. there was a monk called Buddhist in India. At that time, in Sri Lanka, monks were composing commentaries for the teaching of the Buddha, Atthakatha. And they were composing in the Sinhala language. Our language is Sinhala in Sri Lanka. Then the other monks in other countries, they wanted to have these commentaries in Pali. Pali is our language. The Dhamma is written in Pali, and the Dhamma is being in Pali, being used in Pali. So they wanted to translate all these commentaries from Sinhala language to Pali language. So the Venerable Buddhist was sent to Sri Lanka. Then all these the senior staff or the major senior monks, they wanted to see whether he is a capable person to translate these commentaries into Pali, whether he has a good knowledge. So they asked to make just like a thesis for this second verse. Sile patittaya narosa panyo chitta panyacha bhavayam atapi nipako bhikkhu so imam vijate jata. Now you would be able to see a book, a huge one, called Path of Purification. Path of Purification. It is written in Pali and it was translated into many languages. And an English monk who came to Sri Lanka called Venerable Thero, he translated this into English. And that book explains about this, the second chanting, Sile patittaya narosa panyo chittam panyancha bhavayam attapi nipako bhikkhu so imam vijate jata. How this self-discipline, concentration, wisdom, effort and experiential knowledge overcome our problems. It's a very beautiful book. You would be easily find it. There, that answer explained in 7 steps of purification. The path of purification is consistent 7 steps. The first one is purification of virtue. How we take our responsibility to avoid what should be avoided and follow what should be followed. Sila Visuddhi, purification of virtue. Then purification of view. That how to come to the right view. That is called Ditti Visuddhi. Then you find that Chitta Visuddhi. If we have wrong way of views, it disturbs our mind. So we don't have a purified mind because of all these wrong perceptions, wrong belief and all this. So we have to have a right view. Then it is easy to develop the mind and purify the mind. So Sila Visuddhi is the purification of the virtue. Then Ditti Visuddhi, purification of the view. Then purification of mind. Then you come to another one. It is called Kanka Vitarana Visuddhi. Whenever you have a problem or doubt, you have your own ability to clear it. When you establish clear, comprehensive mind, you can easily get rid of doubt. So the doubt can be avoided when you have a clear, comprehensive vision. So that is called Kanka Vitarana Visuddhi. Whatever doubt come to you, you are a strong one to handle it with your own knowledge, your own perception, to clarify and get rid of doubt. Then there is no disturbances, objections, obstruction because of the doubt. Yes, doubtful mind make us sick. Is that so? So the fourth one is how to have a clear, comprehensive mind and get rid of doubt. It is called Kanka Vitarana Visuddhi. Then you see the right path and the wrong path. Magga, Magga, Jnana, Dassana Visuddhi. This is the right path, this is the wrong path. That means you develop your penetrated mind. You can see what will be the result when you follow this way. What will be the result when you follow this way. So you can verify and see the right path and avoid the wrong path. So it is called Magga, Magga, Jnana, Dassana Visuddhi. Magga, right path. No Magga, wrong path. And you have your own knowledge to see the right path and see the wrong path. So you know which one is the right, which one is the wrong. Then you further develop yourself and you design your own principles, systems, methods, application, tools to follow the right path. That we don't say that you should borrow some knowledge from others. We don't say that. You should believe the Buddha and borrow knowledge from the Buddha. We never say that Buddha gives you knowledge. When you follow this way, you experience what is correct, what is useful, what is helpful, what is benefit. So it is your own responsibility. It is my own responsibility. We are not going to depend on other knowledge, others' knowledge. So then that we prepare ourselves to reach the destination, follow the path, and they are our own principle. And we have some practices. Through these practices, we develop our own methods, ways, tools, applications. So it is called Pratipada Jnana Dassana Visuddhi. Principles, methods, ways that we design ourselves to follow the path. Pratipada Jnana Dassana Visuddhi. And then Jnana Dassana Visuddhi. How to reach the destination. So in that way, this small verse has been described according to these 7 steps. So it is called Path of Purification. It would be a good book for you to read and see whether it's good for us or whether it is useful in this present generation, or whether it is old, outdated one, or in that way you have your own investigation. And I am very happy because I didn't plan to explain about path of purification, but here we got the chance to talk about this book, and it is written in Sri Lanka by Venerable Wellawatte Thero, as he was given to make a thesis for this verse. Sile patitta narosapanyo chittam panyancha bhavaya athapi nipakko bhikkhu soimam vijate jata. Now we find in our practice we should be aware of how to establish discipline, how to establish concentration, how to establish wisdom, how to find effort, and how to develop our own experiential knowledge. then we would be able to settle our problems or overcome our problems. I think that we have come to a wonderful place to take the responsibility of our own practice. Now I am going to talk about two practices. One is the practice of love and compassion. It helps us to beautify ourselves. We find that most of the time we clash with the world. Displeased state of the mind, because we experience something that we don't like. Dislike. Like and dislike in a way harmful. I like this, but I don't get, then I get angry. I don't like this, but it happens, then I don't like. So there we find that anger, hatred, envy, irritation, and all these things, and we get tired of that. Frustration, depression, stress, all these things are that harmful result of this anger. So when we practice love and compassion, we train ourselves to find happiness and succeed the pleasant object. It is easy for us to work in a beautiful way when the object is pleasant. And there we get influence when the object is unpleasant. Instead of getting clash, we become neutral and deal in a meaningful way, useful way. When you say that neutral means endurance. It is easy to face the unpleasant situation without having any clash. Endured. Most of the time we find that we are suffering because intolerance. It is difficult to tolerate. Whenever we do something without tolerance, then after that we regret about what we did. So then because of the anger, we respond in a way that we don't like, and after that we regret about what we did. So then regretment gives lot of troubles. Lot of troubles. The Buddha says, whenever you do something wrong, it's not a big thing. But if you regret about it, it's a big thing. So instead of regret, you should find determination to correct it. When you regret, then you find that self-hatred. I don't like me because I did something wrong. Then I blame me, I punish me, I have a lot of troubles due to self-hatred. Then self-love is destroyed by me or by regretment. If I regret, because of the regretment, I destroy love that I have for me. When I determine to correct, then I find that I have love for me and I loudly appreciate the mistake, the wrong conduct, and settle myself. No blame, no claim. Determined to correct it. Then it is easy to find support. When I regret, it is difficult to invite another one to support me. So supportive therapy is rejected. I don't want. no one can come and console us because we are not ready to appreciate them. They are rejected. Sometimes it is rejected by psychotic reaction. Scream, breaks whatever you have in your hand, or like this. Sometimes you put your head on the wall. Psychotic reaction. The other one is go into the room, close and lock. Neurotic. Crying, no sleep, no food, no one can come because the door is locked. That not because of the mistake or wrong conduct, that because of the regretment. So, when we are aware of the practice of love and compassion, everything is lovely considered. It is easy to forgive me, myself. It is easy to forgive you for your wrong conduct. Everything is easily settled. So the practice of love and compassion is very important to get rid of neurotic patterns and psychotic patterns. When they are formed, always what happens? This formation takes place for further incident happening. Because there is a neuron structure relating with something that I don't like. Then again and again, it influences to have some more dislike incident. That is the nature, Dhamma Niyama. So because of that, we should transform the situation through the practice of love and compassion. There you find that friendly appreciation, love. Then you find that compassion, find help when help is needed. Compassion is the mental factor that finds help when help is needed. So when I need help for me, I find that I am a kind person to find help for me. Whenever you need help from me, that I can easy to come to you for help. So internally I can settle myself, and externally I can help you to settle yourself. So compassion is the mental factor that called finding help. Then you find that appreciative joy. That is opposite mental formation of jealousy. Easy to see that others are happy. Easy to appreciate others are happy. Easy to work for them to happy. Appreciative joy. Love, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity. Neutral state of the mind. Gain or loss can be appreciated with equanimity. Happiness or unhappiness can be appreciated with equanimity. Praise or blame can be appreciated with equanimity. Fame or ill fame can be appreciated with equanimity. No shock, wavering. It is stillness, serenity of the mind. So these are called 4 types of sublime state of the mind. This is well explained by Venerable Wellawatte Thero. When you go to Google, you will be able to find that teaching of Wellawatte Thero, wonderfully explained, soothing. When you read it, you find that very easy to absorb these factors. Because he is a wonderful one that practices this sublime state of the mind. A German monk, when he was in Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, the British government had a suspicion that he was a spy and arrested and put into the jail. He did meditation because he was practicing this love and compassion, indifference. Gain or loss can be equally bear both, can be equally tolerated. Praise or blame can be equally tolerated. Fame or ill fame can be equally tolerated. Happiness or unhappiness can be equally tolerated. So they are indifferent. When we program ourselves with these 4 types of sublime state, it is easy to find joy. We don't want to expect to find joy. That people think that if it is summer, we can enjoy. If it is winter, we can't enjoy. No, we can find joy in every weather condition because the mind is wonderfully organized, beautifully organized. Then the winter is winter, I am happy. The summer is summer, I am happy. But we don't have any what is called climatical differences in Sri Lanka. But the place where we live is very cold. The water is very cold and wonderful river. So when we go to have a bath, the other monks, they want to have a swim, but they are not happy to do it because it is cold. I am the eldest one there, 51 years old. I say that, how can we expect cold water is not pleasant? This is the nature, cold water, and we can find space for swimming. Thermocenter will adjust. Then, yes, it is true, water is cold, but I am happy to swim. I say in that manner and I jump. When the oldest one jump, the young people can't leave because it's not good for their pride. And they follow me. And after a while, the situation is neutral. So they don't feel that it's cold. In the beginning, it is dislike state of the mind because it is cold. After jump to the water, it's peacefully appreciated. Is it correct? So the problem is not in the water, it is in the mind. Because they want to have what they like, but they find what they don't like. They like warm water, but there is cold water. But we can find joy even in cold water. The perception is transformed. That can be done through equal appreciation, equanimity. In that day, you find that the patterns of the brain wonderfully transform. Then you find that no reason to reject or fight. Everything is beautifully, peacefully, happily appreciated. A wonderful way of life through the practice of sublime state of the mind. I think that you would be happy to practice love and compassion with me. Is it okay? And you see that when you want to please the body, you want to do a lot. You have to earn, you have to buy clothes to treat the body. You have to earn, cook food to maintain the body. You have to see beautiful things, you have to pay. If you want to go to Grand Canyon and please your eyes, how much money that you need? So you have to work hard and collect some money and go to Grand Canyon and please your eyes. And if you want to listen to music, you have to buy a new gadget, so you have to earn. So the maintenance of body is always expensive. But when you want to teach your mind, you don't want to spend even a cent. You have to cross leg and sit and be aware of beautiful thought. Then you find that you can easily please your mind. You can easily keep your mind healthy. And mind does not expect anything other than the beautiful object to concentrate. So the person who does meditation maintain mind and body happily with a few expenses. So because of that, the meditation is very important. Before the practice, I would like to share what I heard, not what I experienced. I was in Kusinara, the place where the Buddha passed away. Then a young person came to me and he said that, Bhante, I have something to share with you. Can I? I said, okay. He said, I am from Bolivia. I had a question mark, Bolivia. He said that it is in South America? Bolivia. He said, in South America. And his girlfriend had a severe cancer here. A very unfriendly one. Enemy. Worst. Painful. Now she was advised to go to chemotherapy. Before go to chemotherapy, she has decided to go for a meditation program for 63 days in a Goenka center. And she has prepared her mind, first meditation, then chemotherapy. And she has left for meditation. When she was in the meditation center, the second day she was so much pity, self-pity, and instead of participating for the meditation, she has gone to her room and cried. No water, no food, no other things. Crying. In the evening, the heart was good. A good relief through crying. Yes, we can find relief through crying. No? Tawani, have you cried and found relief for the heart? Yes. Crying is a good, that we can't have intention to cry. It comes when we find pity, self-pity. The next day, she was all right. It was good for her. So the next day, the following day, her meditation was wonderful. No disturbances, no anxiety, no loneliness, no pity. After that day, when she was doing meditation, she found something going on in the face, itching. And after a while, everything has come out. Flowers, blood, and everything has come out. You see that everything, after everything comes, how is this? Soothing? When everything is there, pain and all these things. Now it gone. Now it was easy for her to continue her meditation further days. After the meditation was over, she has come and she has gone to doctor and she has gone for a medical checkup, and there they have found malignant cells has disappeared. No malignance in the body. This is what I heard from the boyfriend about her girlfriend. It is because of the love. Stop fighting. Appreciate the cancer and prepare herself not to fight with the cancer but to develop the mind. So because of the development of the mind, the body, the biochemical structure has been transformed. So immune system has worked to keep the problem away. So you know that people strongly believe that meditation can cure various types of illness. That means meditation helps us to maintain good health. Good health of the mind, good health of the body. So this would be a wonderful opportunity for us to try the practice of love and compassion. Okay, so we can practice it many ways. So I would like to introduce in this manner. May I be happy, may I be free from anger. May I be happy, may I be free from hatred. May I be happy, may I have patience. May I be happy, may I have patience. In that way, you would be able to find some lovely statements relating with love, compassion and appreciative joy. That means perceptions or statements beyond anger. May I be happy is a wonderful statement. May I be healthy, wonderful statement. May I be peaceful, wonderful statement. May I be free from anger, wonderful statement. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from frustration. That way you would be able to find your own suggestions and keep on this practice. Lovely suggestion. Suggestion with kindness. Suggestion with appreciative joy. So today I am not going to introduce a special practice. You would be able to find your own way of practice of love and compassion. After that you can follow some other teaching relating with this love and compassion. There are a lot of ways that you can find even in YouTube and listen to them and familiar with them, and you would be able to continue your practice. So I would like to invite you for this lovely practice called the practice of love and compassion, and settle the mind through love and compassion. May all of your effort would find serenity, relaxation of the body, calmness of the mind, and you may find joy of your practice and settle yourself. Observe every difficulty and let them go. No fighting, no anger. Observe and let go. You become aware of your thoughts. They may be unhappy thoughts, unhealthy thoughts, unreasonable thoughts, but you would be able to observe them and let go. Observe them and let go. Let's keep our mind calm and establish love and compassion in the heart. I would like to make a suggestion. You can keep your mind calm, close your eyes and follow what I suggest. May I be happy, healthy, peaceful and content. May my teachers be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May mother and father be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May brothers and sisters be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all relatives be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May friends be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May neighbors be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings in this village be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings in this country be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings on the earth be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings in this solar system be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings in this galaxy be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings in this whole universe be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. May all living beings be happy, healthy, peaceful and contented. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much, and it's been a really helpful talk. I think it's a practical talk at the end to have a bit of meditation. And we are actually running late, so if someone is late, feel free to leave, and in the meantime we'll open the question and answer session right now for about 15 minutes. I think I have a question. Loving kindness or universal love and compassion meditation is my favorite meditation type. And yes. So I have been doing this for several years on and off, but not on a consistent manner. Can you advise us what can be done to make it consistent? Is it daily a 5-minute meditation or a weekly half-an-hour meditation? What should be in your mind can help someone to sustain doing meditation?
Yes, that's when you prepare your mind to practice this meditation, then and in the beginning you find that it is difficult to find space because you are involved in many other activities. But when you are mindful that you can find at least 5 minutes, then when you practice it, that in the beginning that you are training to occupy yourself for the practice, and after that you find it is easy because it becomes a part of your life. Then it is easy for you to find space, and after that you find that it is easy to keep the mind concentrated in this object for longer. Then you experience initial application, the interest of doing it instantly, and the sustained application, stay for longer and sustain in that manner. And then you find that rapture, happiness of the mind. Then you find that tranquility, happiness of the body, and concentration. When you become aware of these 5 wholesome factors, initial application, sustained application, rapture, tranquility, and concentration, then you have a natural desire to sink in the practice. Then whenever you have time, you close your eyes and you become aware of your practice. So it is called attentive meditation. You find often space to practice meditation even for 2 minutes. So then you find that collective energy. It's just like drop by drop of water fill the jug. In the same way that you experiences even small time space for the practice, then the interest is blooming. The interest is to occupy the mind, and after that you find that it's happy to keep on practice. After that you may find that desire to find some more space for that. You may decide to spend 3 hours mere intention of practicing love and compassion. At that time you can do sitting meditation, you can do walking meditation, you can lay down and relax yourself with metta, love and compassion, and you may find some teachers to discuss about love and compassion. In that way you prepare yourself to have more space for that, internally bloom in yourself. And there are some relaxed meditation objects that you find that when you go to YouTube, you may find that metta chant, and in bracket English, then you find that Malaysian lady wonderfully leading this metta chanting, and there is that Pali chanting and English subtitle. And then you can relax yourself. That this practice can be done sitting, standing, walking, and laying down. So in that way you can find your own effort to continue it. And the practice of love and compassion is very good for everyone, and it gives a lot of peace, and all these mental difficulties, psychological problems, psychiatric problems can be easily subsided and establish peace and happiness. Very good practice. most of the time we can find good guidance, help from YouTube. There are a lot of practices. Today in the morning I found a sitting, breathing, guided meditation for 1 hour time. That was beautiful. A lady was conducting it, and I paid my attention for it. That it's in the background you find that flowing river or the sounds of water, so it gives a lot of soothing for the concentration. Yes.
I think there's a question.
My mother and brother, who I don't live with, I still visit them often, and I find that they have a lot of problems in their life that I feel could be resolved with meditation. And I've only brought it up a couple of times around them, but they seem to think it's like something odd. How can I inspire them to consider it?
That's the thing. But I have a experience. A person, young boy, came from Netherlands to Sri Lanka, and he did some tsunami programs, and he could hear about me, and he wanted to just come and see me, and he came to Kandy. And when he came to me, instantly he decided to stay a few days with me, and it became a few weeks. And there he was so happy to sit beside me and close his eyes and practice love and compassion, and he did it that way. Then he could get a lot of use of it. And he had a problem with his father, because the father has neglected the mother and family, the children, so he has a lot of anger with father. Time to time he discussed this matter with me, and after he practiced this, and he found that he can influence others with thought vibrations. While he was in the bars going to down south, he found that two people have a quarrel there. Then he focused them, and he has sent some energy. May both of you be calm down and pay respect to each other and avoid fighting and find your peace away from the fight. In that way he has suggested, and he noticed that these people became calm. It was a good impression for him. In the same way, he started sending energy to his father. And after that, when he went to Netherlands, he did some meditation with a focused mind for a few days, and he went to see the father. First he found that father was unsettled to see the boy, and after that they have a peaceful conversation. And now it is easy for him to visit father, and it is easy for father to appreciate him. In that way he has done something. And that's a wonderful experience that I heard. And I have a friend called Matthew Rotando. He came to Sri Lanka to study poems for his PhD, and he was a friend of me. And he was doing meditation, a lot of meditation, and a lot of meditation is love and compassion. Once he heard that his father had a problem called coronary thrombosis. The blood clot has blocked the heart, and it was to be a surgery, and he decided to practice love and compassion and send energy for 4 hours. And he prepared his meditation place, and he started meditation, and after that he heard that the blood clot has gone. So that means we can project, be positive, plan, program and project. So whenever you have time, you would be able to keep your mind and find love for you and find love for mother and brother, and set some wonderful suggestions. I think that you may hear that heterosuggestion. You send some kindly thoughts and it works. According to the phenomena called whatever you believe becomes true. So you should have that faith or the confidence with a confirmed wish. Then what happens? These thoughts reach their mind and make a neuron structure, and that structure receives the energy from you, and that it activates according to the wish of you. So in that way you would be able to try, and it's good try. And now I have seen you and I have heard about that, your mother and brother and the difficulties. Whenever I practice love and compassion, that you are a great image for me. Then I reach your mother and father, at that time you become the channel. So now I am very happy to help you, and I know that you have a problem that with this unsettled mother and brother. So whenever I practice love and compassion, that you come to my mind very clear. Because of this happiness to help others and find joy of selfless service. So there, you are the channel that I reach your mother and brother through you. So it is called therapeutic energy. So in that way that you would be able to practice. First you have that energy. So you should have love to send them. So you should develop love and send them. So you would be able to find your own way to do it. So I would like to suggest in that manner. Let's try and see what will be the result. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Venerable Sir, I'm just wondering if it's more important to practice loving and kindness meditation as opposed to mindfulness meditation.
So he's asking which one is better. Is it loving kindness meditation or mindfulness meditation?
Okay. So you'll find that now we have 6 types of thoughts: lustful thought, hateful thought, deluded thought. And the other way, non-lustful thought and non-hateful thought, love, and non-deluded thought, wisdom. So when you practice love and compassion, so you develop concentration through non-hateful thought. When you develop concentration through mindfulness of breathing, there you try to understand the true nature. Breathing in and breathe there, wisdom is developed. So that concentration based on wisdom, this concentration based on love. So it is according to the character that when you do meditation, you find that which one is easy, prefer and attending. So in that way you can verify which one is going to be done. Sometimes you can do both the mindfulness of breathing and practice of love and compassion. We find that 6 characters called hateful, lustful character, hateful character, deluded character, and wise character, confident character, and logical character. Always that have arguments, difficult to come to an agreement. So a lot of opposite arguments in the mind. They are called vitakka charita. Lot of arguments in the mind. It's difficult to agree with certain things. So according to this, the meditation is introduced or advised. So that can be done whenever a person comes to personal advices. Then the teacher try to identify the root of your character and introduce a meditation object. Usually everyone can do the practice of love and compassion, the practice of mindfulness of breathing. They are very helpful. Sometimes you find that if you have some problems with childhood and other things, then it is difficult to establish love for some people that we don't like. Then we get frustrated, disappointed. Then it is better to practice mindfulness of breathing, because it is concentrate on breathing in and breathing out. The breathing in is not unpleasant or pleasant, it is neutral, so it is easy to deal with. And breathing out is not pleasant or unpleasant, so there it is easy to develop concentration, establish concentration. Sometimes when you practice love and compassion, if you have some problems with some people, whenever you think of them, you find that instead of having love, the past files are disturbing us. So they are difficult to practice that, establish love and compassion. I can say, may my father be happy, healthy, peaceful and content. If some incident comes to my mind, which that I was not happy with my father, then I find that the mind is unsettled, because it is difficult to forgive or this and that. So that type of problems arising when that we find that difficult to forgive and find love for them. So there we can develop concentration. When that concentration is very high, we can think of them. At that time the concentration is not broken. So there we can find space for love, forgiveness and visit and carry out our duty in that manner. So if we have some problems due to that abuse or something like that, then it is better to start meditation through the practice of mindfulness of breathing. There we find that difficult to establish love and compassion for the people who we don't like, or undesired people. So that some people have that some problems in the childhood and other things. So there it is better to start from mindfulness of breathing. After a while we can easily establish love for even for the worst people that we met. So mindfulness of breathing is better than the love and compassion, because we don't know what are the difficulties that we have in our mind in a hidden manner. It's something that I can share. Yes.
Any other questions? I think if not, we'll conclude the session here. And once again, thank you very much for coming over.
So everyone is blessed. I would like to share a chartered trade that I have prepared myself while I am going here and there. That you know that we have 5 colors: blue, red, white, yellow and purple? Orange. So this is a chartered trade, and you find that 37 knots here, that I concentrate on 37 factors of enlightenment. So I would like to tie it in your right hand as a remarkable gift. Okay, yes. Would you like to have one for your right hand? Yes, come. Sabbe Buddha Vellawatte Seelagawesi Thero. Sabbe Buddha Vellawatte Seelagawesi Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu. Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam. Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca 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 Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu. Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu. Ini apa? Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu. Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu. Apa nama dia? Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Paccekānaca Arahantānaca Tejapakam Bandhana Sabbisu.
Thank you very much for coming over, and I'm so sorry for running late. Hope to see you soon in one of those activities. And just a reminder, those who are interested in following meditations, Monash Buddhist Society conduct weekly meditation sessions on every Thursday. We had one this morning, 9 to 10 in the same place. And also we have an unguided meditation session on every Mondays from 11 to 1 o'clock. And we will provide you the space and cushion, so you come and you meditate as much or less as you like during that 2-hour time period. And hope to see you soon.
Thank you.